Hi VC, it's Aaron, Mutha Elmer. Today I'm entering the VC lottery, and that's by Robert Z. Really cool guy. And I will get into this. It's all about VCLT, and so I'm going to show a little bit from, or a lot, depending on what it is, from everyone that sent me VCLT. And I have been in the vinyl community for just over a year now. It was a year on January 11th, and it's been amazing. I've had, I think, 18 different members of the VC send me VCLT. And that's just totally amazing. And one member has sent me VCLT over a dozen times. I'll get to that, but just a second. I get my list here. All right. So first up, my good friend Chris Profi was the first person to send me VCLT, and he sent me these two records. And it's how I got into Black Flag. I love these. These are my two favorite Black Flag records. Probably because I heard them first, but Slip It In is actually my favorite. This is very close. I love all the stuff I've heard of them, and it's put me on a Black Flag journey where I started buying a bunch of Black Flag stuff, which is really cool. And Chris also sent me Minutemen. He sent me a few different VCLTs, and also Creator, my first Creator record. And this is amazing, amazing thrash album. Love it. As well as the Screaming Trees, really good, the band there, and the Descendants. He, of course, he loves everything on the SST label, so that's very cool. And he also sent me a couple other things as well. And then my second VCLT, which was really cool, it was by a member that was commenting on my videos when I first started, and he sent me a huge box of records. I mean, he asked me if I wanted a couple. I said, yeah, I want two or three of them. He ended up sending me the whole box of everything, so that was pretty cool. And his name was Robert Williams, and it was my first giant VCLT I got. It included like 3 different Krista Berg records, and this one's really good actually. I like this. And he sent me a shirt, and also my first Weather Report record. I'm not really a jazz guy, but I'm trying to get into it, so this, I said I'd like to hear Weather Report to see what they're like. Pretty good band. I mean, it's still hard for me to listen to jazz a lot, but I really like having it. And there was a bunch of other stuff in there, which is really cool. And then, so then, just sending VCLTs back and forth is just so fun because you get to discover new music. You get to send music that you know and other people don't to them, which is really cool. And up next, I become friends with the Scott Waters, and he sent me his band Ultimatum. This record is really good, and after I got this, I bought 3 more Ultimatum records because of that. And there's really killer stuff. Where's Scott at? There's Scott up here. Of course, he has the VC channel. Really cool guy. And he sent me a ton of stuff. I'll show a couple of them. One of them he sent was this Vengeance Rising, and also later on he sent me this Vengeance. That's a great thrash band. I love Vengeance. Really cool. I'm really starting to get into this album a lot. Great stuff there. And this is another great one he sent me, this Red Sea Blood. Great record here. Love it. And also the new Helix. I've always been a Helix fan, and he sent me the new Helix, and also, and this is really cool, the Helix Christmas record, which I've been listening to. I listen to at Christmas with my family. It's like the only Christmas record I really like. It's a rockin' album. It's pretty cool. So that was very cool. Thank you, Scott. And it's just so amazing through the VC and sending VCLT, become friends with so many people. It's just really cool. And then for my friend JC, from the flip side, he has sent me over a dozen VCLTs. He usually gets excited and sends, like when he finds something, sends it right away. I tend to build up stuff and send a group, but it's just amazing the stuff he sent. Starting with this Tesla from Record Store Day, and this is one of my favorite records, so I'm very happy to have this. Yeah, JC's the best. He sent me, this is one of my grails, the Motley Crue self-titled. I love this album. Generation Swine, another one I needed. And of course, Just Say Ozzy. Look, there goes the flying. Good thing it's a padded thing right there. The Van Halen. This is one of my biggest regrets, was not buying this when it came out because it shot up in price. I thought it was going to be a common record, and it wasn't. I bought the CD at the time instead because I had the DVD with it, and I've been kicking myself ever since. So he found me that. This MOD, who I'd never heard this album, really good. You know, I'm not even showing all the stuff he sent me. There's Alice in Chains, amazing. And one of his favorite bands, Lucero. I'm starting to like them. Kind of a country southern rock type band, pretty good stuff. But so that's cool. I would have never bought a Lucero record in a million years. Zodiac Mind Warp and the Love Reaction, that's a great one. I've been looking for that for years. You know, and some Baroness. And this is just a fraction of what he sent me. You know, these Kick Tracy records, great stuff. London Choir Boys. And of course, The Leather Duchess, which is my favorite album of the year. I played them on one of my videos and got a great response, and really great album here. And for Record Store Day this year, there was one record I was really after, and he found it for me. That was Grunt Truck with Push. I love this album. I've loved it since the 90s. Great grunge, killer stuff. It's on the heavier side of grunge, so I really like this. Always have loved it. You know, the song Tribe just is so killer. And then, so JC from the flip side is just a monster with a VCL. He sends me so much great stuff, and I send him stuff too. So it's kind of a, you know, it evens out. And then I have another good friend, another JC from Miami, and he did the most amazing VCLT on Christmas of last year. He sent me a VCLT package that had 10 sealed records, most of them Record Store Day records, and they were all sealed and they were all wrapped individually, like in wrapping paper. And this was one here, Fight, and I'll show you here something. And his wife actually went through. Let's see if I can get one out here. And on every one of these records, they had a card attached. And it came out with there it is. So I saved all the cards in the records. This is number one, that's why I'm pulling that out. And so what happened is I had to open the card up, and then there was a clue. Here's the clue here. Oh, that's the face one. And then I put the face one in with that. And then here's the clue. And then so I'd have to try to figure out what record it was. I only got like 3 or 4 of them right. So, because there were mostly records I hadn't heard, but it was just so cool having to do that. And it was, you know, I ended up receiving it on Christmas Eve, which was really cool. And so I was going through and opening all these records up, and it was just really cool. The best Christmas I've ever had, probably, because of that. And thank you, JC, and your whole family. That was amazing what you did. You know, this Fight record is so good. And then, let me put it back. I'll show you the whole 10. So, this is amazing. All these were sealed. LA Guns. We got this Def Leppard. Concrete Blonde's the first time I'd ever heard Concrete Blonde. Now I really like it. Living Color, great album. One of my all-time favorites, Alice in Chains Sap, the Record Store. This sounds amazing. Black Crowes 12-inch for Jealous Again. The Other Fight record. And he took this right out of his personal collection. This is Extreme, French press, really cool. And Alice Cooper, The Last Temptation. This is one of my very favorite Alice Cooper records. So great, love it. So, you know, thank you, JC from Miami. I mean, that's just totally amazing. Blew me away. And, you know, it's just so cool, the VC is. So up next, next person that sent me a VC was George Allen from George Allen LP and CDs and LPs. And he sent me this amazing record, this Parish Hall. And it's a Record Store Day release. And this is an amazing record from the early 70s. I love it. Thank you, George. George is a great guy. Check out his channel. And then my good buddy Pete sent me a couple records, including this Gary Moore, which is really good. And this one, which I'd never heard, is Blue Steel. Kind of another kind of southern country rock type, really good stuff. And he sent me a couple other things as well. My good friend Cosmic Brian sent me a VCLT with Shades of Deep Purple, which I love Deep Purple. And also Bongzilla was in there, along with a couple other little things. Thank you, thanks Brian. Brian's one of the greatest guys. He's so cool. And my good friend Jeff Witcher sent me a few. And these are really out of my comfort zone, the records he sends me. And I'm developing a taste for them, which is really cool. This Death Cab for Cutie was the first one he sent me. And Then he sent me this Ray LaMontagne. And this album has really grown on me a lot. I really like it. Really mellow, good stuff. And then he sent me this Rob Crow. So thank you, Jeff. You know, Jeff Witcher's so hilarious. Great guy, one of my best friends. Really cool album. I'm really liking this one too. And then Drew from Diamond Needles sent me a couple VCLTs. And he sent me this Black Country Communion. Really good. Super group. And it's got Joe Bonamassa in it. And I was commenting I'd never heard Joe Bonamassa. He sent me that. Then later on, he sent me Joe Bonamassa solo. And these are great guitar player. Really good records. So thank you, Drew. That was really cool of you. Then my good buddy Kevin from Me, Myself, and My Vinyl, he sent me this Black Crowes. Great record, of course. And this, which is one of my other favorite records of the year, The Pretty Reckless. Love this album. So Kevin, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. And he sent me some other stuff too. So, you know, if I showed every single thing, this would be an hour-long video trying to get through it here as quick as I can. And my buddy Logan from Swellheads Network, he sent me a couple VCLTs, and in there was this White Reaper. This is an amazing record. I'd never heard of this band. This is really killer, like a little heavier than Power Pop maybe. It's killer. Love it. White Reaper is really good. And he sent me this Ghost record on colored vinyl, which I had this album, but not the colored vinyl. So what I did is I sent my my black copy to a VC member as a VCLT and kept the one that Logan sent, which is really cool. And this is a great record. And also this really cool compilation. This is a Record Store Day Read a Decibel with a lot of extreme metal bands. It's got Red Fang, Sarah Thungal, you know, Wolf King, great stuff. Incantation, great album here. There you go. And then this album here is amazing. This is Bent Wind, Sussex, great album. So Logan sent me these, and these are albums I would have never discovered. It's really cool, man. So thank you, Logan. And then another one of my good friends, Randy Nelson, sent me a couple records. He sent me a couple sealed metal records I didn't have. This Titan, really good record here. Also Dead End, another really good one. And this is killer sounding on vinyl. And this one really surprised me. This was Rainmakers. I really like this record. Really killer stuff. Like it a lot. That one shocked me how good it was. And then I won a contest from JT's Record Room, and he threw in an extra one as a VCLT, which is one of my favorite records. This is Psychosomatic. And thank you, JT. I love this album. Very cool. Killer thrash. Amazing. And his nephew is a drummer. Really cool stuff. And another one of my great friends, one of my best friends, Gary, from Physical Format Rock and Roll, sent me this, and this was just amazing. This Van Halen Zero demos, so it's the demos they did before they were signed. Gene Simmons produced them. It's got stuff all the way through their last album with David Lee Roth, a bunch of different songs. It's really cool. Also this Megadeth live, which I didn't have any live Megadeth, so that's really cool. And then this Dead Daisies, another one of my favorites of the year. And this is a great album. Glenn Hughes on vocals, love it. So thanks, Gary. And if that wasn't enough, I had a VCLT come to me from Australia. Chris Rankin Music Crush. He's got a great channel. It's called Chris Rankin. He's just so cool. And he sent me this Chainsaw Hookers. It's an Australian band. This is an amazing record. I love this album. Really cool stuff. And Chris Rankin is one of the most knowledgeable metal guys out there. Of course, he likes other stuff too, but he's just an encyclopedia of metal. I mean, I know a lot about it, but not anything like Chris Rankin. He's just amazing guy. And then got a VCLT from Canada from my good friend Chris, Blues Guy Vinyl. He sent me this album. This is the Hunt. This is an amazing record. I love this. Kind of reminds me of like how like Axe, that type of stuff. It's a hard rock, killer stuff. They do a really good version of Standing in the Road. The Grand Funk song is just killer. Oh man, this album is so good. And then he also sent me this it's Eric Clapton, which I didn't have, so that was very cool. Thank you, Chris. You're a great guy. And my last VCLT I got was from Brock and Martina at Melusina Records. They have a record store in Pennsylvania. Really cool people, and they sent me this Danzig, and this Danzig kicked my ass. I love it. Black Laden Crown. Best thing he's done since Danzig 4, in my opinion. It's just really good. It's just rocking, heavy, killer. Sounds like old Danzig again. It's just so killer. And this was what they sent me. It was really cool. It's this Ace Frehley, which I have Ace Frehley, but I was missing this. It's the only piece of the puzzle I was missing. The only poster I was missing. And so I saw them on a video that they found it, and I said, oh wow, I've been looking for that, and so they sent it to me as VCLT. So it had the poster in it. That's the only poster I was missing. So now I have all 4, and thank you, Brock and Martina. That was so cool. And you know, this VCLT, I only showed, you know, about maybe 2/3 of what I actually got, but I tried to show something from everybody that sent me VCLT. And it's just amazing. So that's why I like to send out VCLT too, because it's just so cool getting stuff, receiving stuff, get to discover new bands. And this lottery is a really cool idea. And I would have made this video months ago, but I actually had a VCLT contest right at the same time, so I kind of wanted to take some time and do a video here afterwards, after that was all settled down. So, all right, thank you, Robert, for hosting this this lottery. Very cool idea. And I am a sponsor as well. I got in late, so I'm actually have color. So instead of a letter, I have color. So I have to send the winner something with a color in the name, like black or white or red, you know, some kind of color in the name of the band. So I've got some stuff set aside already for it. And really cool idea, this lottery. I love it. Everybody, have a great day. See you later.